Life is Strange 4, with Max returning 10 years after the first game, is seemingly in the works and is rumored to drop in 2025 with the reveal later this year. What? Let's talk about it. What is up, SmackNPie here, and we are continuing our Life is Strange coverage here on the channel. A couple weeks back, maybe a month back, we talked about Donut's new game, Lost Record. We talked about how it takes inspiration from Life is Strange. If you like Life is Strange 1, you're gonna love that game. It's due to drop later this year. But we're here talking about Life is Strange 4. Yep, Life is Strange 4 with the Max Caulfield as the main character returning, where you'll be playing as main character Max Caulfield after 10 years. 10 years after the events of the first game, with seemingly one of the endings. What is it? Let's talk about it. So, to understand this, let me take you all the way back to when I made a video of this similar nature months ago last year, and we talked about how before the True Colors had dropped, there were two games ordered by Square Enix. One was Life is Strange True Colors to Deck 9, the other one we don't know. Could be by Deck 9, could be by New Studio, but we know that there was another game, Life is Strange, in development. True Colors dropped, yay, everybody loved it, and it became popular. And I use the word popular in a sense as it became as popular as one Life is Strange with the new character game could get popular. So it worked for the matter, but for me personally, it was a little bit weaker than both Life is Strange 1 and 2 in terms of story and content, but overall it was great, fantastic, technically best Life is Strange game. However, we're talking about Life is Strange 4. The other game that was in the works was Life is Strange 4 with Max Caulfield as the main character returning. And so a few hours ago, we have this Reddit post right here who says that the title of Life is Strange 4 with Max returning is Life is Strange A Purger, and in it basically it's the same thing, TLDR, where Max has stopped using her powers because they're continuing by using the ending of where, spoilers alert, Chloe dies. Right? She goes back in time to save the town from just getting destroyed, and Chloe dies. It still hurts, but this is the ending that they're using. Max has stopped using her power for 10 years. Now she's a professor, teaches photography at a college in a small town. It says here, during a walkthrough the park late at night, Max comes across a dead student of hers and contemplates whether or not to use her power to figure out who committed the crime. They also said here that the game mechanic was changed a bit, as the working title of the game was LiS4, and using Max's camera would stimulate the time mechanic through the lens of what she was looking at. We saw different character models of what Max looked like in 10 years into the future, and the concept art of the town and the college campus. This is the guys who thought the game was cancelled are coming forward because they said that they signed the NDA at that time. It's been too long since that. They thought the game is scrapped, and then they're hoping that the game is scrapped so they don't get into trouble. Suspicious. There were also concepts of apartment that you could own and customize with different furnitures and decorations. There was also a side quest that involved a cat that would eventually become your pet. Now this is where it gets into a very strange territory, but very Square Enix-like. Listen to this. There was also a talk of expansion and microtransactions, but only on the basis of what is the most you would pay for. Alternate outfits, apartment furnishing, or holiday items when certain holidays would come around. It almost seemed live service-ish, but they didn't give us any info other than that. I called it bull because even Square Enix wouldn't put anything this horrendous in a single-player story-based game. This is not Marvel's Avengers, boys. This is not Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. This isn't a live-action game that could go on for multiple months, if not years. This is a story-based game with choices and whatnot. So now we have rumors on the side of Life is Strange 4 having Max as the main character returning without Chloe. Now I know what y'all think, it's smack. Wouldn't that undermine Life is Strange 1's ending of two choices, two endings? There's already a comic where they go the other route of Chloe being alive, the town being destroyed. Here, I think it could work. They could go the Walking Dead Season 3 Telltale route, only in a sense of the final two ending of the first game, slowly getting transitioned into the main game. What they can do is that if you chose, the town is destroyed and you're with Chloe, something might have happened to Chloe, and she could not travel back in time. No matter what she does, Chloe dies regardless, right? And they show you through flashbacks what happened, and how Max couldn't use her powers to bring her back regardless of how far she goes. One thing is for certain, even in the game, she could not go far, even if he tried. There's a certain limit to that, and this is where they can, really expand on Max's powers, on how far her powers can go. And the guilt of that actually makes some more sense for her not to be using her powers ever again for 10 years, because if she can't use her powers to save her friend, what good does her power do anyway? And then she relives with that guilt, leaves the town which was already destroyed, lives in Seattle or in some small town in Seattle, and yeah, that's where the game continues. And then you can have here and there mentions of Arcadia Bay if it's still active, alive, not destroyed, and if it's destroyed you can have a mention of here and there, like a newscast reporter saying of them something on television, like a 10-year anniversary of the storm that, whatever, or 10-year anniversary of Chloe's death. That is disrespectful to Chloe, to their fans, my bad G. But yeah, either way, it seems likely that there's a game in works. Square Enix would want whoever is in charge of the next game to be making the game with Chloe and Max back. We'll see, we're just gonna have to wait and see. Let me know what you think about this, ladies and gentlemen. We will be covering every Life is Strange thing, and the donut games like Lost Records, Banisher, Ghosts of New Eden and whatnot. So make sure you I'll see you next one.